911? Hi, yes, my name is Carlee Russel, and it's a baby on the side of the road. I'm by I-40. No, I didn't get out. No, okay, yeah, I can stay right here. Okay, 5 minutes, because y'all close? All right. My snacks from Target. Got my money I stole from work. Oh, shit.
Now, this whole Carlee Russel thing is incredibly stupid, and I think this goes to show that this is a Jussie Smollett 2.0 female version. And this one seems to be of a greater situation than the Jussie Smollett one. So, you know, take it as it may. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, this is dumb, JM Reports, why are you reporting on this? I agree, it is dumb. But the whole point of the reason why I'm talking about this is that, well, for one, there's one guy in particular that needs to be talked about and how this is kind of wasted everybody's resources and the stupidity of it all. Where this person will most likely possibly be facing charges, and hopefully that she does. And we have more on this story of kind of explaining what's going on here in this whole situation. Take a look.
Exactly why Chief Durzis wanted to hold this news conference today, to share the facts in this investigation so far. While this investigation certainly isn't over, several details about Carlee Russel's search history and what happened prior to her calling 911 were revealed today.
Through the public interest, and in some cases, public fear that this story has generated, we owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered.
The 911 call Carlee Russel made the night she went missing was played.
I am on Interstate 459, and there is a kid just walking by themselves.
Investigators found during the time of that call, Russel drove 600 yards in her car, the length of 6 football fields.
To think that a toddler, barefoot, that could be 3 or 4 years old, is going to travel 6 football fields without getting in the roadway, without crying, without any just moving down. It's just very hard for me to understand.
Chief Nick Durzis also revealed that Russel concealed a robe and toilet paper prior to leaving work that night. Then she stopped at Target buying snacks. Police unable to find those items with her phone, wig, and other belongings they found on the interstate. Investigators uncovered Russel's search history prior to her disappearance, including information on Amber Alerts, a one-way bus ticket, how to take money from a register without being caught, and the movie Taken.
I do think it's highly unusual to the day that someone gets kidnapped, that 7 hours, 8 hours before that they're searching the internet, Googling the movie Taken about an abduction. I find that very strange, yes.
In the one interview investigators did have with Russel, she told them she was abducted and escaped, not only once but twice, painting a detailed picture about what happened, a story police have not been able to verify.
Do you think in this case that charges will be forthcoming towards Carlee Russel, and how serious of a crime is it to not only fabricate a 911 call, but to lie to law enforcement during an investigation?
Well, you know, again, that's not something that we've been discussed since we're going through the still investigation. But, you know, people have to understand that when someone says something like this, we put every available resource. Everybody comes together from, like I say, state, local, federal. It's just a lot of work.
Now, I am not a too crazy person of understanding on how abduction technically works, but in most cases, if somebody is abducted, it usually ends up in tragedy. And that's me putting it lightly. I'm not really going to go into detail on what could happen to people being abducted, especially women in this, for example, and just use your little bit of brain meat here to understand what could happen to women or children in this matter when they're abducted. And the fact that she was able to escape twice is also very questionable. I think we would have to go into more details on how often people escape abductions and how often people are saved. And I even think even the people that are saved during abductions usually has tragedy befall them when they're actually quote unquote saved. I mean, I'm not trying to downplay the people that saved them, right, and them being actually saved. But normally, in most cases, bad things happen to them even after they are caught saved or at least alive. And, you know, it's not usually a great thing. So the fact that she was abducted twice, somehow escaped twice, is also very, very questionable in that own retrospect, right? So it seems that people are rightfully angry about this, and I can't really blame them. I mean, despite the fact that so many people came out to help find this person, hoping this person was alive, resources were spent, federal agencies were, and money was spent, even though I don't really like the federal government to begin with, but resources were spent in order to find this person hopefully alive and well, and nothing bad happening to them. Unfortunately, that was all apparently a lie. And people, especially this young black woman here, is quite angry about the whole situation. And you know what? I can't blame them. Take a look.
Carlee Russel. Carlee, you was lying this whole mother time. You got me on here acting like I'm Oprah Winfrey, ho. Peeled off every single one of my lashes, ho, because I'm so stressed out about you. I'm talking about I keep watching the highway footage. I just swear up and down a midget got you in a headlock. But that's really you going in your back seat to get the snacks from Target. I done called my grandma about you, ho. I done told my grandma to create a prayer circle for you. I really was worried. Then you done stole from your job. You done put the money in your sock and rolled up to your mama's house butt-ass naked, but you got some money in your sock. Talking about some of the kidnappers gave it to me. So the kidnappers gave you a parting gift. This why they don't believe us when we be missing. It's really people out here that need help and you wasting our time because you trying to make a nigga mad. You finna piss me the Carlee. I really made a video about this shit. I don't be speaking on nothing, but I spoke on your lying ass. And you had to be from Birmingham.
You know what? I can understand this woman's anger. I can understand this woman's frustration, hatred, or what have you. Because, you know what, you just tell your family, your grandma, and stuff like that, you put in your own resources to care about this person, and you just find out that they're doing a big fat lie. I don't think this is really going out the way that you thought it was. This is a lot worse than the Jussie Smollett situation by far, and I think that, obviously some type of punishment needs to come into place. Because this shouldn't really stand, and this person should face charges. Of course, you're always going to have a few individuals. One individual that is an idiot, a moron, that has to voice their opinions because they think they're right. Because, you know, stupidity plagues them, apparently. Education was out part of their forefront, or rather, they're missing a few brain cells that is very productive for them to have any type of intellectual thought. So we're going to show you this deranged black man that is saying, oh, the white people lie too. They're the problem. Everybody hates black people. Let's, make it a racist thing. Because, you know, it has to be racist for some apparent reason.
Carlee Russel lied, and we know that lying is bad in every instance, correct? However, I still think there's something at play here, because when particular people lie, they get criminalized. While when other people lie, they get simply turned into memes. Shout out to Permanent Patty and Barbecue Becky. The glee that y'all had about Jussie is the same glee that y'all have about Carlee right now, and it's the reason why so many of y'all is suspect. You see what I'm saying? Y'all are licking y'all chops, salivating over the fact this woman lied, and y'all turn into an aha gotcha moment. It speaks volumes of your character. I don't care. I want my prayers back from Carlee, and she lied, and she needs to go help, and she needs to go to jail too. She obviously need help. She obviously was very insensitive for lying. She obviously got a whole bunch of things going on with her mentally, because ain't no way in hell. But peep game, though. The fourth thing is the inconsistencies in how y'all deploying criminality. Here go a joke for y'all. The police never put more effort into an investigation than when they want to disprove a black person. Now, lying is bad. And it's wrong for everybody to do it in every instance. Now we all know it's probably a 1,000% chance that the public shame and being called a lie and insensitive is not going to be enough for old Carlee Russel. She going to probably have to see some type of court. Y'all want to see in handcuffs, whatever, right? We know that she going to get her reckoning, you know what I mean? She going to be quote unquote held accountable. You see what I'm saying? And agreeing. I believe she lied. We all know she lied. That's bad. Now, the next time Karen get the line and having law enforcement involved, had the same energy about tax dollars and had the same energy about locking folks up the line. Now, let's have the same energy for the rest of the liars. Because ain't no way in hell y'all claim to be so about it and y'all want to see this black woman in jail. And again, lying is bad. Carlee Russel is lying and she shouldn't have lied. You see what I'm saying? But let's not allow the individual actions of an individual to reflect how you feel about an entire group. In conclusion, let me ask you this. If the individual actions of one black woman lying makes it where you look at the entire group of black women differently, how did you really feel about black women anyway? Education is elevation. I'll holler at y'all until next time because you're not going to play in my face. All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter. Nah, for real.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Yes, the liars, which is Trump, which you are obviously not trying to say that it was not political, but of course you guys are idiots, so I digress in this situation, alright? I think that you are the bigger idiot here, along with Jussie Smollett, who just got the same amount of criticism as he was lying too, and all the others that were lying. I think when you're talking about black people, and in fact, I would say that this had more investigation, a bigger thing going on for her because of how much of a public outcry it was. Let's try to say this. This is probably more thing of a black woman having more privilege than anything. Because they spent massive amount of resources to find this black woman, and they spent very little resources, if any resources, to try to capture Jussie Smollett or anybody else that has been caught lying. So, therefore, I think that she was a prize in this because they spent extra resources just to find this person rather than anybody else. So, if anything, she was incredibly lucky compared to all the other liars. But I digress. You guys always have to make something racist. Always something has to be prevalent because, you know, you have to play the race card. I'm sick and tired of all these games and the things that you people play. It's really, really annoying, and I'm hoping that all of you go into a ditch and drown in a puddle of Minecraft juice. So, without further ado, we have a little bit more stuff here. I'm not going to read the full article, but we have Carlee Russel's parents insist there was an abductor following her mysterious 48-hour disappearance. Well, really? Because if there was, then I have a very concerning thing. Where is the child, the 4-year-old child that she was she was calling out for? Because that kid doesn't seem to be present at all. Where's the abductor, and how was she abducted twice even after escaping? It's questionable. As I mentioned before, abduction normally doesn't end in great happiness. It normally ends in quite a bit of tragedy. So, yeah, I don't know. And also, the story doesn't really start to add up, considering the fact that, 6 fake football fields without going into traffic, etc., and a kid not crying or what have you, or honestly remotely traumatized or scared. There's a lot of questions that are adding up that doesn't make any sense to the story. Now, the parents of an Alabama nursing student who returned home safe 48 hours after she mysteriously disappeared have spoken out to insist an abductor was behind her disappearance. Carlee has given detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abductor, said Carlee Russel's mother, Talitha Russell, in an interview with the Today Show on Tuesday. Questions about the case warred since Carlee, 25, had reappeared at her parents' home in Hoovers on Saturday night, 48 hours after she disappeared from the side of the interstate after calling 911 to report seeing a toddler on the roadside. Hoover Police Department Captain Keith, I don't even know how to pronounce that last name, so I'm just going to call him Keith, told DailyMail.com on Tuesday morning, "We have spoken to Carlee once and are following up on that information. However, we are not able to publicly share the details from our initial interview. We will follow up with her again to attempt to get a better understanding of her movements during the time when she was missing, and will provide what information we can when we are able to do so," he added. So, obviously, her charges are pending. Everything is under investigation, and we're going to have to see on what happens, right? It's just a matter of time. So, there was apparently a GoFundMe, which didn't remind us to comment for the demo to comment.com. yeah, it doesn't seem like this is going too well on this for this person at all. It seems like it's gonna be quite a travesty here. And we have says no evidence of Toller on the highway when Carlee Russel mysteriously vanished. Again, this is something that I mentioned before, that where was the Toller present, even though that she claimed about it. So that's quite a bit of a mystery here. So questions need to be asked. And then we have this here as well. Alabama woman who vanished after stopping to report on child highway found. So obviously she was found. She was apparently safe and sound. And she's outside the neighborhood where Hoover police say missing woman Carlee showed up to her home around 10:45 Saturday night. So, yeah, this is all questionable. I don't believe that she was at all kidnapped or abducted at all. I think she staged the whole bloody thing, and now she's just trying to seek major attention, which I wouldn't be too surprised by people of this day and age to get this type of attention. Well, hopefully your attention lands you behind bars if you truly did do this, which the investigation is still underway. But I'm more in line with the fact that you are, lying about your whole endeavor. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care.